All right, so you guys are north spawn again, so let's make sure I put the right overlay up.
Kept our Montana. You've kept your Vermont. You've swapped your Des Moines to a Salem.
Yep.
We've kept Venezia, Napoli, Moskva, Nevsky, gearing, and we've dropped our daring and gone back to our Ragnar. So this is the standard ship composition that we used yesterday for the vast majority of our games. You have kept your... I want to go to dodgeball in here. This is a bold strategy, Raptor. Let's see how this plays out for you. Because Salem, Nevsky, Petro with Kleber, Massot, Yuyang. So Yuyang Deepwater Torps, right? Along with 2 fast Frenchy boy destroyers.
It's game time.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, yeah, we did this. I'm trying to think. What did we do yesterday? Yesterday, we had Kleber. We had Marceau. This is actually... This is almost identical to what we ran on this map yesterday. Yesterday, we ran a Des Moines instead of a Salem. We've swapped around some of the different players as well in each of these. But yeah, Marceau Petro going south. That actually worked really well for us yesterday, while the rest of the team goes north and the Vermont hangs mid is probably what I'm expecting to see here. Now,
and
go ahead.
There's a repeating pattern that I'm noticing going on with Ninja Taihos. The Venezia and the Moskva go for the non-push defending cap. So in this case, B. We see that happening now. And the Moskva will likely turn to have guns on A once he gets there. And then everyone else, so Gearing, Ragnar, Nevsky, Napoli, Montana, are all heading to Alpha to contest that, central capture point. And we're going to see, the Gearing's going to smoke the Nevsky, and that's what he's there for.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I wanted to know was whether or not SAT scores Yang was radar or smoke, and he is smoke, Yu Yang. So I think what we're seeing here is a bit of our own version of your smoke Nevsky strategy, only here we're using the Pan-Asian smoke rather than the American smoke.
And then your Kleber's got no smoke, but he does have gun boost.
Yes, he's a gunfighter, a speedy boy gunfighter who can zoom around the map as needed. And we had the opportunity to flex Kleber yesterday into their backfield. We actually at one point owned A and C on this map from the south spawn yesterday in our game, just because of how it had worked out. And they went super heavy push down the 8-9 line. We yesterday fighting that was, I believe that was Stats' team on this map. We ended up looking at 5 ships coming around the 8-9 flank.
Wow. Well, eventually, the Gearing and the Kleber are going to bump into each other at this rate. Except, I would say that there's a lot more firepower backing up the Gearing than there is currently your Kleber. Although your Soyom's a little bit around the corner.
Yep. Classic is now spotted, kind of relying on his speed there. I'm a little surprised he doesn't speed juke some of that. Maybe touch his throttle there to avoid some of that incoming fire. There comes the radar now. Mr. Cat is picked up on the radar, but I'm like you. It doesn't look like there's quite as much firepower looking for him. He does take some Nevsky shots as the destroyers start chipping in.
Yeah, 4 ships are now all firing on the Gearing, so he's turning, trying to do some dodge. It's this dip, dive. It always makes me nervous when I see this level of firepower. I mean, this isn't really effective on your side of things. Because health pool wise, it's actually even trading at the moment.
Yeah, it actually
Roughly 15K, 16K.
Yeah, that was actually not a terrible trade for both teams. Your Nevsky's down a little bit of HP.
Oh yes.
And then the Gearing lost a little bit, and most of our damage all went into Classics Kleber. He's at about 60%.
Marceau is going way, way, way south with the Petros kind of falling in behind.
Oh yeah, very, very wide.
Is in that Overwatch, and I just want to add, my team has gone ahead and gone with the sort of green scale. If you ever zoom in close to the Ninja Taihos, they've gone with the classic camo to match our ship team names. Sorry.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's pretty. Now, one of the things that I don't like for my guys, right, is this Napoli position. He is going to be a real problem up on this island here north of A. We do not have a ship able to counter this move or do much with it, and there's another good AP salvo coming out on the Nevsky. 1 Citadel out of that. They've got They've got shots on him, but man, they're long-range
Montana's
shots.
Shots incoming with spotter plane.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why you get the big boy BB player.
Yep.
What he does matters.
Yep. Vermont now taking a salvo at Hot Loads' Napoli, trying to get in on that island. Looks like some of those are going to land. Good hit. Not amazing, but a good one.
So did he want to go around the island but had to turn in early, or is this his intended play, you think?
Possibly, but honestly, for the moment where he is, the way Tears of the Desert typically plays, this is actually a really, really good, really good spot for him to be in, right? He's basically, you talk about an Overwatch position, this is essentially an Overwatch position for the A cap. No, he doesn't have radar. He can cover almost the entirety of the cap with his guns from that spot, and doesn't have to worry about protecting his left flank, his port flank once he gets into position. Now, the one thing that he has to be a little cautious of is that because of the island proximity,
Nevsky.
Well, I would say he has...
The Nevsky smoke isn't quite there, so he's spotted as Blood Legend's trying to get into the smoke quickly.
Oh, yeah, he took...
But Salem revealed his position, so he got countershot by the Napoli.
Yep. So what I was going to say was that the cruisers that take this stationary position have kind of one vulnerability, and that is a charging destroyer coming around the island behind them, unspotted, unknown, right? So Mysticat's gearing looks like he's going to take a position out there on that flank and get in a position where he can make sure and defend his teammate, and then you guys will...
Venezia just took a big hit from your petrol. I'm not even sure we knew your petrol was there the whole time.
He's still... Pagan is still unspotted back there. The Marceau is lit, but she is not. Shell's going in on the Marceau now. This could be a good hit. Are they on target? Are they a little behind? Nope, a little behind.
So our Napoli's kind of trading effective health with your Nevsky, roughly. Working on the Clever, we see our gearing is kind of moving into kind of spotting location. It's just ever so slight. I mean, if you look at the minimap, you can see it's kind of like edging shaved line.
Yep.
Vying just for control to ever so slightly push you out of position or push you away to get into A. Because right now, I don't see your team getting A. I see my team, doing a very slow prep work.
Yeah, they are.
Start the cap.
That's exactly what it is. Between the Napoli's position, the Nevsky in smoke, the Geary's position, the fact that our Nevsky is still spotted and continually getting farmed here, SAT's putting more smoke down, but at the moment, it's not quite enough.
Steve.
Steve's
You'll go
getting
dark soon, but then again, the gearing is spotting quite the angle.
That's the trick. The gearing up here on the A line is the one doing the lion's share of the spotting right now. Torpedoes coming in. SAT is finally going to break this line of sight, I think, but Classic I think is about to stumble. No, the Montana gets him.
Yeah.
The Montana gets him. Classic does spot these torpedoes. I think he'll be able to dodge them with a little bit of throttle tweaking.
Blood Legends
he is good. Yep.
Coming on him. But he should be fine.
He's got his hydro up. He's got his hydro up. He can see those.
The reason why this is perhaps
he'll be okay.
Extra bad is that we've taken out your long range radar.
Yeah. So now we have almost no way to prevent what's happening now with the Napoli gearing push around the top end of the island. The Marceau, interestingly enough,
the Vermont is taking a good hit on our Venezia. Just showing that he had a good salvo in there.
Yeah, it feels like what's gone on at A to this point has almost been a bit of a delaying game, as the Marceau and Petro really doing good work here, pushing down the 7 line, and now going to get a little bit of support as CPR. Oh, CPR just took a big hit there in the Salem.
Oh, yep, he's spotted. Yep, and our Montana is aggressively pushing up as well.
Yep, no, that's the right play. Nothing to prevent that at the moment. SAT score with the speed boost on. I thought he might come over here with some deep water torps, trying to prevent this Montana push, but he's not. He's dumping them back over his shoulder, so we'll see what happens there. They're trying to get guns on and help focus out the Moskva and the Venezia. So the action has really shifted from A to C. To B. My team is basically realizing they can't
right
take
on
A.
The south, yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, he's going to keep... another big hit.
Another good hit from the Petro. Pagan Princess doing brilliant work here with the Petro. She's played a lot of that over the course of the tournament and played it very well, but now with the bow on Venezia...
The enemy is about to win.
Really need the Vermont
yeah,
shells to come in here and seal
down
this
at
deal.
3 minutes. Deepwater Torps, gearing doesn't care. Napoli firing on the Kleber, along with the Nevsky as well, because he's now spotted. Down to 10k.
Yep, Marceau
our
gun's now
Montana-
going in on the Venezia as well.
Oh, okay, so your Vermont's down to half now from our Montana doing a little BB splat. Yeah, our Vermont pretty much going to go down because your Marceau is going to now chip into it, and he's too close for proxy spotting, plus the Petro's got the Hydro up, so the smoke will
Salvo
do
coming
nothing
in
for
on
him.
the Venezia. Nope, nothing doing. They're trying to get Miss Clara off the board before she's able to deliver these torpedoes on Pagan Princess.
Or Ram, maybe. But at
Or for the
2.7,
Ram.
I don't see... Yeah.
I don't know. It's nuts. There it
There you
was.
go. Yeah.
Big kill. Big kill for my guys. Keeps us in the game.
And so the Moskva is the next kind of farm target with the Yuyang smoking up the Salem. So the problem is here that our Nevsky, Napoli, and Gearing are, I wouldn't say out of position, but they're not quite in the thick of it because they're trying to transition over now. But they are going to farm your Vermont. I don't think your Vermont's going to live particularly long now.
Well, we'll see.
He's in the middle. He can't turn.
He's got a heal coming up in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but our Montana is such that you can't turn out.
Yeah.
You know, and your reversing would take too long. You just absolutely smash your nose. Plus, you've got broadsides now to the Napoli and Nevsky with Gearing. So,
Well, let's see what happens. He's going to get a heal off here in just a second. There comes the heal. So that'll allow him to get back in the game a bit.
Gearing.
Big salvo going down range on the Montana. I expect most of that to miss or bounce. He gets about 10k out of it.
It's
It's
fair.
not amazing. They are doing a good job of farming out the Moskva, but I think you're right. I think the Vermont going out is only a matter of time.
Once the Vermont
Moskva's going to take a torpedo. There he goes.
Yeah.
Now
We knew
up,
that was going to happen.
now up a ship, but it's going to be kind of a bad trade because the Vermont's going to go out here in seconds.
And that means the Montana can be a bully, and he can, you know, punish your cruisers if necessary or when necessary.
Well, very possibly. What we really needed for our Vermont, I think, to get more good shells in on some of your cruisers, and it hasn't really happened. There he goes. One final dying salvo on the Montana. Really not much out of it.
The Petra needs to be careful now because the Montana is going to make sure that the B-cap... Well, the Ragnar will spot the Marceau, and the Montana is going to muscle the Petrol fairly easily.
There goes Pagan Princess's radar, picking up the
Gearing's
Montana
picked
and the
up.
Ragnar.
Yeah, so the radar also picked off our gearing. So your Klebers kind of come in and try and take an advantage. Some good hits on the gearing.
Really good hits on the gearing there. But now with the counter radar from Blood Legend, Classic are going to be a little bit caught out here. Blood Legend's going to be looking for him. And the gearing taking shots. I have to wonder if Classic's even going to survive this radar.
Yeah, it was a good try, but now he doesn't see.
No, he can't see anything at this point. He's just going to get farmed out. Yeah, he's going to go out here in a second or two. He's trying the AP on Blood Legend. Not really getting a tremendous amount out of it, but no.
No.
60
And
seconds,
Yang-
2 quick kills. There goes the Salem, and that's it.
That's it. Oh, well. My commiseration, sir. There was a lot going on there.
There was. The Nevsky, so up north, with only one 12-kilometer radar up north, right? The Nevsky is kind of the linchpin of all of that play, and they were doing a really, really good job of protecting him until it felt like at one point he went stationary, or I'm not sure exactly what happened. He took at least 2 good Montana salvos. Blood Legend was farming him out, and he wasn't really moving, or he wasn't really dodging. I think he was just waiting for the smoke to come up, and it just took so long because your gearing, Mysticat had moved way up to the A line and still had good spots on him.